Oh, hello and welcome to this week's regularly scheduled episode of All Systems Go. We are playing Odyssey of the Dragonlords as always for the past couple months. My name is Logan. I am the DM of this lovely game, and I'm joined by my lovely players as always. Some of them here in just audio, some of them here in just video. Let's go ahead and introduce ourselves in the normal Pride Month order.
So we start with the straight man. Couldn't have picked the worst starting point. Hi, I'm Connor. He, him. I'm an ally. I play Sophron.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say that live on the internet.
Just say you hate the
Sophron.
gays, Connor. Come on.
I'm not going to say that live on the internet.
Well,
you're a terrible influence, Sean. Shit. Well, now I don't know what to do. Okay. Well, this is my life.
Perfect.
This is what happens. You know who I am.
Did you even talk about your character?
don't need to.
Doesn't matter.
Next.
Hi. I'm Sure. Ally and player of Nemea.
How did this happen? Get them out of here. Damn it. We should have gone in reverse order.
First? Green.
Yeah, that's right.
Perfect.
Keep it
Green,
short, sweet.
green, certified
Let
homophobe.
the gays talk. Okay. Certified homophobe in the house. My name is Sean. He, him. I play Aeneas. And, you know, we're finally getting to the gays, and so whatever. You have to listen to everything we say. It's our month. Get over it. Don't talk over us. Listen to what we have to say, even if we tell you to say you're homophobic. Right, Connor? Okay. Good. And who gives a fuck about Aeneas?
I'm
we
Abby.
go.
My pronouns are she, her. I'm also queer. Nobody cares about our characters this session.
Remember when I said someone was here in audio only? Or in video only?
Hi,
Damn, you fixed
my name is Joey. He, him, quite queer, and gay merriment. Bountiful gay merriment are my pronouns.
Quite queer /
Quite queer / bountiful gay merriment. I play Kai, who is also queer. He, him as well, though. And he is a demi-god, human demi-god sorcerer.
We don't care.
Yeah, no
it's
one's
not.
about it.
It's not fantasy month.
It's not about
We
you.
are in Mytros, baby. Everybody cares about Kai.
All right.
Okay. Vignette this week. Who will be joining me for the vignette?
Just kidding, I wasn't muted. Ah, it's me.
It's Joey. And who else will be joining us? Nobody, just us. Okay. Okay. We are in Mytros. It is late evening. Golden light spills in from towering windows. It washes over the marble floors like molten gold. The vaulted ceilings seem impossibly high, painted with scenes of ancient heroes, wrestling titans and gods, casting lightning across the heavens. There are 1,000 candles just floating in midair, flickering gently in the breeze in this room. Kai, just 13, you stand at the threshold in recently purchased silken robes, stitched with threads of blue and bronze. Music swells from lyres and flutes in the distant room, and people are clinging crystal goblets and silver platters piled high with just the most succulent food you have seen. Courtiers in glittering masks whisper, dancers with veils of gossamer thread twirl like fireflies. Everyone is celebrating the opening of the Great Games. But to you, Kai, this is something even more grand. This is your introduction. This is the world you were meant for. Not dusty tomes and cold soup in Ophelia's garden, but velvet chairs, golden goblets, and the rush of admiration. Beside you, Tehran Nurdagan beams. His ringed hand rests quite firmly on your shoulder as you enter this room. Lords and ladies glance toward the two of you, making note of the two of you together. Murmurs rush through the crowds. Once you get a little further inside and the attention shifts away from you, Tron quickly abandons you and is swept into a knot of senators and foreign dignitaries whispering about trade routes and coin tallies, leaving you behind without so much of a glance. And you find yourself here in this ball. You hear some people that you recognize their voice. It's some of the people have sort of spurred you for your recently changed, but prior to that, your sort of reclusive upbringing and sort of more modest means. And they say, Kai, you finally came to a ball. I didn't think you'd know where it was.
Of course I know where it was. Me and my new guardian, we've got this. And then Kai's gonna lift up his foot, and he's gonna have the newest, fanciest sandals that are on sale right now. He's gonna look at these.
So the person who was talking to you sort of sniffs, but some of the other people in the group is like, are those the newest edition? Oh, where did you score those? I've been trying to get them for months. And then you become the center of attention in this group, as you are now sort of living in luxury and sort of in the finest of all clothes. What do you think you do at this party?
Kai's just vibrating with energy. Despite being a teen, he's no acne is on his face. His hair is still flowing. Yeah, I mean, he's just reveling in all the attention from all of these people who previously bullied him, and now he has, he thinks their favor.
Perfect.
So he's
one of
just
them,
yeah.
A little bit later in the night.
Maybe we could go get some wine. Do you guys want to try? I want to roll a check to try to get a goblet of wine.
Roll? You don't roll in vignettes. You just do it.
Oh my god! All right, Kai uses some very minor illusory magic that he is slowly mastering to change wine into what looks like water.
That makes you the most popular person in this group. Some people are like, my dad said I couldn't drink until next year. And then they have this goblet of crystal clear water now, but it is quite potent wine. And you flourish in this environment. And the party goes on and things start to not quiet down, but sort of shift in energy. You find yourself sort of at the edge of the room with one of these younger nobles as well. And they say, so whatever happened to that old crone? The one, what's her name? Odelia? Something like that?
I know. Yeah, that old granny. All she did was keep me inside. I learned all the houses, all the mottos. But now, Tehran, he gave me these. And he points to his shoes again.
Is he looking for more? How did you score this?
Well, I guess you have to qualify by getting your mom taken away by a green dragon. But I get maybe it could be arranged.
Are you saying that you arranged to have your mom kidnapped by a dragon?
No. Kai's red in the face. Maybe
Wow.
he's drunk on wine a little bit after 2 sips.
I think
No,
I misjudged
not
you,
at
Kai.
all.
Yeah, wink. Sure. Well, I'm just saying, if my mom was kidnapped by a green dragon and I got to live with the wealthiest man in Mytros, I think that'd be pretty cool. You lucky dog.
Yeah, way better than that old geezer.
And then you hear sort of a commotion, not a commotion, but some energy on the other side of the room. And you look and you can see, you see her. You've heard about her. You have not seen her. You've built her up in your mind. This is a tall, radiant figure cloaked in silver and indigo. It's Valis, the goddess of wisdom. Your aunt. Her presence hums in the air like the moment before thunder. She speaks softly to a pair of generals, and people are noticed that she has arrived at this ball. she's just fully immersed in this conversation that she's having with them.
Kai's going to be like, here, hold this, and hand it to this preteen and give them the wine, and then maybe like hurriedly walk towards his aunt, maybe like accidentally bumping into people, still not knowing the right way to operate at court.
Yeah, and you make a little bit of a scene. You're sort of like elbowing your way through. You just sort of charge right through the dance floor too, so it causes a little bit of a disruption. As you get closer to her, a white-robed acolyte sort of rushes to her side, whispers something in her ear, and she stands up straight, and she turns to walk away, and her eyes pass right over you and pause just briefly on you, and you think for a moment that she recognizes you, her nephew. Maybe this will be the moment that changes. She'll recognize you. She'll take you in. You'll have the family that's finally come back for you. But she doesn't. And then she's gone. She didn't even see you.
Kai is like heartbroken for sure. He is like in the middle of the dance floor, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like there are people all around him, and he is now just like turning beet red from an interaction that no one else experienced other than himself. But the weight of it, again, also is only meaningful to him, being spurned by family who didn't even know they were his family. So yeah, I guess he's going to get the hell out of the dance floor, try to go back and take another glass of wine.
Yeah. Perfect. You do. And as you're at the table getting a glass of wine, you pause because you hear your name, and you look and you see Tehran is sort of near a colonnade speaking to two like lean, well-dressed men. And you go, Kyriakos, oh, the boy is a handful, spoiled to the bone. You'd think he'd grown up under that dusty crown would have made him more grateful, but no. He turns his nose up at everything that doesn't shine. You'd think he was already royalty. One of the men chuckles. He says, you can't quite hear what he says, but he whispers something to Tron. His father, the brat hasn't even met him. No, he's like this all on his own. You see, I only took him in because I thought I'd earn some favor with Valis. A gesture of goodwill, but it's been almost a week and she hasn't said anything. My patience is running thin. And then one of them laughs in a like theatrical, like really over-exaggerated way. And Tehran sort of chimes in. He's like, 5 and 2 above. Help me, this brat. It better be worth it. They all laugh softly and sort of raise a glass in a mocking toast. To Kyriakos, son of Pythor. And then they all toast and drink.
Kai's devastated. I won. What was it? 2 above, 5 below. That was very funny. But Kai probably like is like grabbing the coupe for the next glass of wine and maybe like crushes it in his hand and something.
Good sir. The servant tries to like pat you down as wine is just all over you.
Something that's and blood maybe too from the glass and something that's not ever happened before. It starts to happen and the electricity dances in his hair and his eyes maybe start to glow a little, but only slightly. And through maybe like thaumaturgy, there is like a as this young, immature boy who's unable to control his emotions reacts magically to this.
Every glass at this table shatters and the punch bowl shatters and there's just like a wave of liquid and it's so loud and the music stops and everyone turns to look at you. Tehran, like you see him look at you and just like shake his head and look away.
Sorry, chat's funny. Kai will take the stem that's still a stem of the glass wine that's still in his hand and just like throw it at the ground and run away.
Perfect.
And as he's running, he's gonna like discard his like fancy items that were bought for him by his new guardian that he now feels very betrayed by. So he's wearing just like a simple like white under tunic, sandals gone. Some kid's gonna be lucky finding those.
Perfect. And then we will
and-
cut to much later in the night. Kai is sitting alone on a street curb in Stygian Row in the rain. Very sad. Just, you don't know what is blood, what is wine, what is sludge from the street covering you. And you hear a voice sort of sit down, or you see someone sit down next to you, and then they sort of speak and say, well, there's a sight. Kid just crying like you found out wine ain't free. Judging from the lack of bruises, this doesn't look like you've been robbed, unless someone stole your dignity, in which case, you gotta stop giving that away for free, kid.
Wine's not free.
She pats you. Name's Rebecca. You look like you could use a bad idea in some worse company. Lucky for you, I'm excellent at both. And that is where we'll cut that vignette.
Are we?
And we're back for my lovely video, as always, starting last week, 2 weeks ago, whenever it was. Let's see. What happened last session? Who wants to try to recount it so I can see how best you understood it?
Wow. Sophron almost got killed by a lightning bolt.
Yep.
I got half killed by a lightning
Aeneas
bolt.
got half killed because as we approached Mytros on the dragons, who we connected with and who made Aeneas very sick, we realized the sheer magnitude of this storm that Sidon is inflicting on the city.
Mm-hmm.
And then he threw thunderbolts at them, lightning
Yep.
bolts. We very quickly went from the main gate to the court of Acastus, the king, who is the consort of Valus,
He is
maybe
king.
Okay,
So she is queen, and he is king.
They
It's-
are married.
They are
He has a
married.
consort.
She is not. It's not been like Pyther, where he's just the king and forever. She has sort of stepped aside and let mortals be the rulers of Mytros, but she is like the queen, but they are the king. It's not a great, clear system of government, but it's worked. So, but he is not by any means just her consort.
okay. And anyway, the king of Acastus's council is full of trash. One representative from Sidon, who is our boy Gaius, who is not a dragon lord.
Correct.
Good job.
Wow. Yeah.
And
But
then
he is a homophobe.
he certainly.
But with that accent,
What do you mean?
I mean, you could be
He was-
self-hating. You could be self-hating.
He was just bullied in high school. That's what it is.
And then, yeah, like Stephen Miller, fucking fascist. And then the what's that? Oh no, it's fine. We've been political enough already. And then there's the blue guy who is a tiefling, and he is for what's her face? Lutheria. And he was going to sacrifice 100 kids, and 100 kids apparently is the line for this no good Valus god of 100 children.
Chandras.
Chandras.
I mean, admittedly, even Gaius was like, "We don't need to do that."
Yeah.
And Gaius's idea to stop the rain is to tear down the Temple of the Five, and we all were like last resort, which is wild. And then Valis had no helpful ideas. Only my other aunt, whose name we
Oh
have
my
known
God.
for a really long time, Kyra, because Sarah and I were just talking about her literally 20 minutes ago. Kyra seemed actually to bend the rules around the pact and help us out a little more directly than other gods usually do, and like gave us a lead. And that lead is in the vineyards to receive the final magical item, which
Get
is
the band back together.
instrument,
Yeah,
which is
we're
an
getting the band
instrument.
back together.
How about that? How about that, Logan?
Perfect. Yeah. And then you encountered a dragon, and then you went to the temple, and then you went to a library, and then you talked to doves, the pigeons.
Pigeon.
That's right.
Same thing.
Yeah.
Doves.
So we're going to a vineyard.
Now we are going to a vineyard. Correct. Before we start, Sarah, please make a wisdom saving throw.
Catching
I would-
strays.
I would love to. I don't feel attacked at all. Okay, wisdom saving throw. Bada bing, bada bum. 12.
So you guys,
I hate that I got no reaction.
you all are at the gate, so the eastern gate that leads right outside the city into like the vineyards are immediately outside the gate. And the storm out here is quite strong again. All the grapes seem to be standing defiantly in the wind, but there is just sort of rubble blowing all over the place. And you see a cottage a little ways down the road, and a couple more beyond that, but there's the first one down the road.
Boreas! Gonna yell out his name.
Oh, yes. That it's still
Where's
quite
the-
far. It's probably like
Okay.
it's like probably a half mile away.
It was a
Oh,
good
darn.
yell.
Sure, yeah, but there's
I think
no
I got
response.
a quarter mile in there.
Yeah, okay.
Half the way. Well, I think we keep trudging like.
Yeah.
Wet rats.
Are there workers around?
You occasionally see like a satyr like working, but no one's next to the roads. They seem to just be about.
Is the satyr actually working, or are they like scribbling down things on a notepad and looking at me?
Actually tending to the vines. Like maybe where one of them is almost about to blow over, they're like reinforcing it. But
Maybe we'll just ask them.
I mean,
Hail.
It's your
Hail.
city.
Hail, Bentner.
oh, what can I do you for? I'm quite busy, can't you see?
We're looking for a gentleman named Borealis. Borealis.
Boreas.
Anyway, he's a musician. Boreas?
Good Master Boreas, he lives down the road. Just
Thank
a couple
you.
cottages down.
What?
Just
How
the
would
big
we
one
know his
with
house?
the red roof.
Perfect. Thanks so much. Wow, you're so helpful. Thank
Maybe
you.
get you to leave me alone.
Hey, good luck.
Well, I didn't like that.
Kai will smile and wink and then leave. I don't know what else to do.
What an odd fellow.
You're an odd fellow. You're far from Ireland. So let's go. All right.
You go down the
Look at
road. Like
We
to the
tried.
Kai's like,
cottage.
look at that. That's what we call talking to people. We can do that in civilization now that we're no longer in the boonies. I say that to my party.
Man, if you just learn to talk to animals, you can talk to anyone at any time.
It's
You could
just
also
that
just
simple.
figure it out and never talk to anybody.
That just can't be how we live in this world.
I see 5 buildings. I don't see why it would be so hard to go knocking door to door, looking
Thank
for
you.
one person. We're not searching for a needle in a haystack. We're
Okay,
searching for a
you
man in
go-
a field.
You go to the far left one. You go to the second to the far left one. You go to the far right one. You go to the second to the far right one. I'll go to the right one, and we'll see who finds him first. Kai knocks on the door.
It's opened by
Kai
a.
is very grumpy in the grave.
He doesn't like being around grapes that aren't wine yet. You knock on the door. It's opened by a middle-aged satyr woman. And she says, "Oh well, we're not expecting visitors, so you must be lost." And then she goes to close the door on you.
Kai will stick his foot in the
I
door.
push Kai forward.
Oh, so as Kai
Into the closing door.
as Kai steps forward to put his foot in between the door, very casually, you push him, and he goes right into the door.
Yeah,
He's like-
I feel like I boot him. Like, foot to tush.
Oh, no. Well, you also probably weren't expecting a hurricane, but here we are. We think you may harbor the solution to Mytros's ails.
But you must be mistaken. We're just simple vintners out here.
There's no ale, there's just wine.
We're looking for a man with an instrument. Do you know him?
There's
His name is Boreas. His name Boreas? Do you know Monsieur Boreas?
Oh dear, what has my husband gotten himself into now? What do you need with my husband? He's very busy. Like I said, we weren't expecting any guests.
Hearing, like, I want to be taking stock of this very busy statement.
Mhm.
Is there signs of busyness around?
No. Well, roll an insight check. I guess, are you
course.
trying to assess if she's being truthful or just see if there's busyness around?
I want to see if she's being truthful, and I guess if he's in the house.
Got it. Roll insight then.
Okay.
Is Kyra with us?
Yes.
Is Kyra with us? 7.
I mean, she doesn't seem busy, but she's not like nervous, like looking over her shoulder, like, oh, Boreas is hiding right behind the door, and he's trying, like, gesturing
We're
at
trying
her
to
to
don't
get you to
look
leave.
that way. Yeah.
She just seems like she doesn't want you here.
Got it.
That's never stopped us before.
That's never stopped us before. I push Kai until the door opens, and I say, "Oh,
Make an athletics check.
I would love to."
Can I make an opposing athletics check?
Sure. Why not?
Great. Oh,
Sure, why not?
it's not gonna go well.
That would be a 22.
If you must.
Oh,
I
that's
still
not even
tried.
a bad roll.
I still tried.
You
Yeah.
did try. You
You-
like held on to the door.
Yeah, you
Guys.
try to go to brace, but Nemea's boot is strong, and instead of grabbing the door frame, you grab the woman as you get kicked, and then you take her down to the ground with you inside the house.
As I'm like on top of her, I like look over to my like arms and I'm like, curse you, Twinkie muscles.
She's like pushing you off.
Let us help you. Oh, you're all by yourself.
I'm gonna
of
usher
course.
Nemea in, and we're just gonna go in the house.
Yeah, we're in the
Aeneas
house.
just wandered.
So while I'm on top of this woman, which is not something Pride Month we should be saying during Pride Month. While I'm on top of this woman, I think I'm going to keep having the conversation, and I'm going to just be like, so we're looking for your husband, and we think that he has a magical instrument that could really, we're trying to get the band back together, and then he'll point to Kyra, stand up, and try to offer his hand to help her up.
Make an intimidation check.
Oh. Do my Twinkie muscles give me advantage?
Nope.
That's funny.
20. She's like, she is
We just broke into her house.
broke into her house, but yet
She's whelmed.
but she's whelmed by this situation, and she says, well, if you're going to be in here, then I'm going to be out there. So she's like, okay, well, you all just stay here. She's like dusting herself off, and she like gets a little raincoat and puts her head up. I'll go get Boreas. Don't steal anything. Don't touch anything. Don't do anything. And then she goes out. And she goes to a little what is that called? A sundial. And she goes and she looks at it. And then she
In the middle of a storm.
Correct. And then she picks one of the identical rows of vines and she walks down it.
Sundial doesn't show the sun, it shows where he is.
All right, Nemea. Yeah. So if you had a magical instrument, where would you keep it? Aeneas is already wandering around. He's touching everything.
Wait, Aeneas, why don't you turn into a mouse and follow her?
Why would I do that?
That doesn't
She's
make
gone.
any sense.
We just need the instrument.
Okay. We're not gonna steal from these people.
Yes, we are.
Well, I mean, if we have to, we're gonna steal from them. We'd rather not. But at the end of the day, we're the heroes saving the city, and they're obstructing
Justice?
good work. I don't know. It's not
That's a
Nemea
Just-
has taught me if there's something cool, you should take it.
Well, that's not
I'm so
true
proud.
or good. But
That doesn't feel like hero shit. None of this does.
sometimes the greater good requires disavowing personal property.
Okay. Somebody, whoever's participating in breaking and entering and grand larceny, someone make an investigation check. They can have advantage if somebody helps them.
Lead us, Nemea.
Okay, great. I'm gonna be like, oh, we're not gonna touch anything. We're just gonna find where it is, and if it's here,
As
We
you
won't
say that,
take
Aeneas
it.
is explicitly touching.
I know. Like, he's an exception. He needs to touch things. Oh.
True.
All right, investigation. And she'll look for the heart, but she'll also like be wanting to get a sense of like Boreas's personality or life or like anything that gives her hints about how to deal with him. And is anybody helping me?
Yeah.
Okay.
All
25.
25. You personally don't touch anything, but Aeneas is touching everything. And as he's touching it, you're looking. So it's like you're touching while you're looking. You look in all the best places. You, in your short time here on Thylea, mentally,
Yeah. Yep.
have hidden quite a number of things.
Yeah.
And you
How do you
know
think
all
I
the
fit all my
best
tools
places.
in my bags?
So you check under the bed. You check in the barrels. You check on the ceiling. You dig a couple holes in the floor of pristine locations where things would be buried. You check in the chest that's labeled expensive, don't open. All over the place.
I'm knocking on walls for
can't read.
hollow places.
Perfect. You, again, look under the other bed. You lift it up and look, and you're greeted by a little face of a little satyr that says, "Who are you?"
What? Hi there, I'm Nemea.
What are you
Why are
doing
you
here?
under the bed?
Was the woman a satyr?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm hiding.
Oh, you're hide. Well, we're playing hide and seek.
You're not doing a very
And
good
we
job.
found you.
Well, you didn't find my brother.
Oh, we just a brother to find? Where is he?
And my sister, and my other brother, and my 2 other brothers.
Oh, and you're all hiding here?
Yep.
Who are you hiding from?
You, I guess.
She's like, well, you don't need to hide. We're not here for you.
Oh, okay.
We just wanted to talk. We just wanted to talk to. I guess is it your dad, Boreas? We wanted to talk to him.
Yeah. You know Daddy?
Oh yeah, yeah. Oh yeah. His old bandmate is here.
He doesn't much like his band.
That's okay.
He tells us stories
is it-
sometimes. Sometimes if we're bad, he says that the bad band is going to come and take us away.
Oh my god.
All right. Well, I've got a new game. It's called Hide and Seek, but with an inanimate object, and it's where the hell's your dad's harp?
Oh, he has his
Whatever he
harp
was
all the
playing
time.
on.
He never goes anywhere without it.
Oh fuck.
Hey, you could take this kid hostage and demand it in return for the harp. You fucking heroes. Guy's
Right,
just like
someone's a little grumpy.
sitting at a table, just like trying not to touch anything.
Oh,
Don't
so you're
wo-
touching a chair? I see.
Don't worry about him. He gets a little grumpy when his blood sugar is low and he's wet for too long. And he just had a traumatic flashback, so it's really affecting his mood. It's okay. He's very nice once you get to know him. And we are too. So we. Your mom went to go find your dad? Do you think they're coming back?
I hope so. Do you think that they're not going to come back?
I don't know. Your mom was in a hurry.
Well, yeah, because that man fell on her.
Yeah, I know. He needs to learn some manners, really.
Yeah, whenever I don't have manners, Dad says, oh, the band's going to come and take you away if you keep acting like that. And then I have the best manners.
Yeah. When did this story start being taken away?
Oh, my whole life.
I'm
right.
gonna be.
Well, I mean, we're gonna. Okay, so you show your dad has his harp.
Oh,
on
yeah,
him.
he doesn't go anywhere without his harp.
All right. Well, murder wasn't on the table, but it might be now.
Don't listen to him. He's also very grumpy when it rains. He just had a traumatic dragon ride experience, and he's feeling a little nauseous preemptively. No. I feel like,
You know dragons? Are you with the king?
yeah, the king sent us.
Whoa.
We're here to help.
Mommy doesn't much
Even
like the
him.
king.
Oh, why's that?
Because she says he's an
It's fine, we don't
imposter and
like
he's
him.
going to put our business in the gutter.
Oh, why? Does he not like wine?
Oh, no, he loves wine. I don't know the specifics of it because I'm only 4, but something about the wine guild and the something about a dead lady.
You're a very well developed
This is a
4-year-old.
good skill. Yeah, you're
Yeah.
doing very well. If you ever want to,
Satyrs
see
age at an advanced rate.
Uh-huh. Say business again as a 4-year-old.
Business.
Yeah, there we go. Hey kids, I have an idea.
Another kid pops down from the rafters. What?
My friend over here, and I point at Aeneas, has candy. Why don't we play a game of keep away with your dad? Do you ever play the game of keep away?
Sure.
Let's play keep away with the harp. For every time you get the harp, we'll give you candy.
Kai,
And then
you can't teach children to take candy from strangers. That's really bad.
No.
And to
The stranger is
steal
gonna
from their
give
own
it.
father.
You're going to steal from him too.
Unbelievable.
We don't want candy.
No.
We don't like
Kai's gonna
sweets.
go outside. Kai's going outside, and he's gonna stand in the rain.
We want wine. Okay, Kai's standing in the rain.
Wine? Right. Well, that might be a little much for your age, but we'll talk
Oh,
about
they're
that later.
satyrs. They can handle it. Nemea
Just a
will pull out
little
little
low.
thimblefuls of wine.
I know,
Just like
one
a little
pops out
low
from another bed.
ABV.
You now have a line of satyr children, and you're pouring wine into their mouths in small amounts. That is
Sounds-
how you occupy your time in this house. Eventually,
Does she come back?
she comes back, and she says, I don't know why, but he agreed to see you, I guess, so you can find him that way. And she points down a... Actually, before she says that, she goes back to the sundial and looks at it and says, you can find him that way. And she points down a different vine in a different direction.
Does she seem like she's telling the truth? Insight
She
check.
seems... yeah, you can insight check. I'm so giving. Sometimes you just ask and I tell you without having you
You were
roll.
about to tell me. Yeah, 20.
Yeah, she seems upset. Like she's like, I can't believe that we're not
He's-
just having these people leave.
Yeah. You want to talk to the band?
Yeah, like almost like
But-
she's defeated, not that she's like actively deceiving you.
Okay. Great. Well, I will leave and I will have like left a full flask of wine, like as a host gift, on the shelf. And I guess I'll go back out and follow the line and look at the sundial in greater detail and like follow.
Yeah,
the
it's a
direction she
sundial.
pointed to.
It's wet and doesn't appear to be working because it's in the rain and not the sun. But there is like glyphs written all around it in a language you probably don't read.
I touch.
It's Sylvan. I don't know if can you identify the language or you just know what it
Nope.
means?
I
Perfect.
just
You
know
can
what
just
it
read
means.
You
it.
just know what it means. It says today the sun shines in that direction.
Very romantic. Very cute.
But it's she like pointed down a row of vines that look just like all the rest.
Great.
Are you all leaving the house? Is anyone staying in the house?
I think we should leave someone here as collateral.
It's collateral.
You're
think that's
babysitting the kids,
necessary.
Saffron.
Ugh.
Can you
We
imagine?
know where the house is. We can just come back.
I can stay. I mean, the kids, they love me.
They're currently chugging the flask of wine that you left.
Sophron grabs it and like
Yes, please.
puts it away.
Right. Let's
All right,
go
I
down
guess-
this vineyard.
Everyone's going, it sounds like. Perfect. As you leave,
Yeah,
oh,
wow.
they gave the kids wine again. Oh, it's before dinner. They ruined their appetite. And then you walk down a row of vines that's just sort of going and going and going. You look ahead and it doesn't really look like there's anything ahead of you. But you're walking for probably like 5 minutes. And then you start to hear like some strumming on a harp. Like just gentle, like not a real song, just like some lazy plucking. But it's coming from behind you. As you turn, I assume you turn to look at this. You
Yeah.
notice the weather from where you just came. Well, one, it does not like you were looking, and it's not where you just came from. It's just more vine, but it ends, and it's like quickly becomes not rainy, and then it's sunny, and then you can see at the end of this vine where you had just come from is now like a opening in the vines, like a pretty large clearing, and it's sunny in there.
Hi, hello, Boreas, are you here?
You walk into the clearing and you see a very elderly satyr.
Oh, he's so old.
lazily plucking a harp. He's leaned up against a rock. He's like on a nice, modest quilt. There is a couple barrels next to him, and he's just sort of playing his harp. There's like a nice pond. Like, again, not a single raindrop in this clearing.
We boozed up your kids. Now let's save the city.
He's playing. He says, I just knew it would be a matter of time till Notos and her henchmen came to steal my beautiful harp. He's just plucking it.
What was that again? The Notos?
Notos.
We don't have to steal it if you just come with us.
You can't have it.
Yeah. Well, we don't really want it. First of all, that's important. All we need you to do is clear up this storm around the city.
I cannot do that. It's just for the vines. The vines get the sun. The city doesn't need it. They've never deserved it. This is their own mess they've gotten themselves into.
I mean, I think your vines are part of the city, more or less. It's kind of one and the same.
Nay. These are the vines. These are
All right.
outside the cities. These are our lands. You can't have the harp.
I mean, all right. We can do this the easy way or the hard way.
And you're not going to like the hard way.
And you're not gonna like the hard way. So I'd really prefer if you did the easy way.
Why won't you let us
Just
borrow
help
it?
everyone.
You can't have it. You'd give it back to that devil. She doesn't deserve it. She's never deserved it, and she's hurt so many people. You can't have the harp.
Which devil, Kyra?
No.
Notos?
Notos.
Oh, well, we're not. Are we supposed to give it to Notos?
She's behind this. No one else knows I have it, so if you're here looking for it, then she sent you. You can't fool me.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's fair and all, but what if you just came with us and watched us use it, I guess?
No, you
I
can't
still
have
don't
it.
understand
You're
why you
trying to
can't
trick
use
me.
it.
I know you're trying to trick me.
Boreas, please. We've not been sent here by Notos.
That's just what she would tell you to say.
No.
Explain how you know
We've
I have the harp, then.
We've spoken with Zephyrus.
Zephyrus, he's just
Zephyrus
like
tells
her.
us you have...
He's just like her. They're
Damn it.
back together.
Oh, I assure you, they are not.
There's no other explanation.
Well,
What about...
Sorry you can't see the reason in this. We
Oh, I see quite
we
clearly.
mean no harm. Is he under a spell? Is he enchanted in some way?
Check.
Ooh, that's pretty damn good.
This is not magical. He just simply despises Notos and literally everything associated with Notos. You see, like, a smirk. Like, he's had this confrontation in his head for years. Like, he knew that, like, he's been practicing this, and this is great. Like, he is finally getting to confront Notos' agents.
Zephyrus gave you a harp, right, Sophron?
I think it was a different instrument.
Lute or
Yes.
a liar?
Lute.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna pull that out. Look.
Yeah.
See? Zephyrus.
Yes, you're
Not
colluding.
Notos.
You're colluding with him. He's colluding with her. And you're all agents. She's fooled you as well as she's fooled us.
You're gonna let your personal problems with my aunt, like
Yeah,
like,
he admitted
stop you.
he is her part of her
Why would you
scheme.
do that?
from saving the city? A city is drowning, and you're living out your fantasy of telling this woman off, who needs to be told off often, to be clear.
It's not my problem. They can take it up with her.
It's not your problem. Who's going to buy your wine when the city drowns? In water, I might add.
There's a whole other city in Odyssey. We can ship her there.
They have their own wine in Odyssey, I think you'll find, and they're
Who would
quite proud
Who
of
would
it.
ship it?
It doesn't matter.
What did Notos do to you anyway?
She's the devil. She's the worst person. She's ruined my life. She's ruined my family. She's ruined my friends, and I hate her.
But
You
what
seem
that
to have
didn't-
quite a wonderful
Your
life.
We just
family
met your
seems pretty
family.
nice.
It's
Yeah,
fine.
Yes. Your children are wonderful.
charming.
Your wife is a gracious host. You tend to grapes in a lovely mountainside abode on your own terms. You are the master of your destiny. How can you not want anything? This is
And one day she's
There's-
going to
you
take it
want
all
for
from
nothing.
me. She's going to take it all from me.
this is yours. You have earned it. This life, this peace that you have. Enjoy it. Let go of this. Notos is gone. She's not a part of your life anymore.
He seems unconvinced by what you say.
Yeah.
All right. Then.
All right.
What-
Well, we tried
what-
good cop.
We're gonna try a good cop.
Nemea is gonna be like, Sophron is good cop. um. And she essentially is going to intimidate our guy Boreas, and she's gonna be like, listen, you have a lovely life here and it will be destroyed by Sidon. Do you want that? You think Notos is greater than Sidon? Than Lutheria? They prey upon us all. And you are worried about petty Notos. There are greater, she's going to be like, there's a greater danger here than Notos stealing your life. Like the Titans.
Yeah. I get
Will steal your
it.
life.
Make an intimidation check with disadvantage.
Yeah. Yeah.
How can Sophron help, Nemea? How can I physically back you up in some way, or
Pour
break
some oil on
something,
him.
or
Yeah, you
No,
could
we're not gonna-
physically. I mean, you could glow. You glow now.
oh, that's true. I do glow now. I don't know if that'll
Ability to
help him.
glow.
All right. I would like to help by expending a rage, breaking just like a really thick root stock of one of these vines, just like ripping it out of the ground and snapping it in half, and raging.
Great.
So a straight
So
roll.
normal.
Normal.
18.
You see him, so you start to intimidate him, and you see him like getting built up, and you don't convince him, but you do recognize someone who's about to like do something rash, and you see like just the slightest movement that looks like he's about to lift the harp and smash it, and you have a moment.
I'm
I will cast
sleight of
Cold
hand.
Person.
Yeah.
Oh.
Aeneas in the back has just been like waiting.
He's been waiting to throw hands this whole session.
He's
Perfect.
gonna do a wisdom save.
Sure. And then wisdom save.
Yeah.
23.
Okay. Well,
I will also cast whole person.
We will roll initiative before you all take a full turn.
I'll roll fireball.
Just
How about that?
Burn the harp.
How about that?
I don't
Surely
think you can
it's-
just smash a magic instrument.
Yeah, I know. That's what I was saying. Surely it's magical. Oh my god, we're fighting this person. Are we the
tried
good
sweet
guys?
words. We tried sweet words. We tried mean words.
We did
gave
not
him a
try.
chance.
We did not try very sweet words.
We told him there's an easy way and a hard way, and the hard way is bad for you. And we're there
And
now.
you have a pretty good life that you could love, but you just
We put in an honest effort that would work on a reasonable person, and it's clear this is not a reasonable person.
Yeah, he's
So,
got a little bit of a delusion
violence
happening.
it is.
Oh my goodness.
Perfect.
Oh, look how magical this is. Let's all go live in Sonoma.
Please hold. Oh. Okay, perfect. So, as he goes to smash this, Aeneas casts a spell. You see him just powered by pure rage, shrugs off your spell. But he halts in trying to smash it. He says, well, that's how it'll be then. And he strums a harsh chord. The wine barrels next to him explode. And from it comes an amorphous purple blob.
Oh yeah.
Wine elemental! Oh,
Jellies.
God.
It's been so long since we had pudding for jellies.
It's just us and jellies.
Am I being
That's some
attacked?
jellies.
Joey personally?
Yeah, the wine is coming to get you for all the sins you've committed against it.
Wine is mad at you. I don't know
let's go.
what you've done.
And Nemea, as you quickly try to react, the wine sort of streams forward. It's in this great rush of flow, forms into this creature, and they get the jump on you. You were not expecting wine elementals. That is
I
not
really
something
wasn't.
that you had prepared.
I mentally was
Yeah.
unprepared for.
This is a new creature. Nobody's ever seen this.
Perfect. One of
It's so
them,
stupid.
I'll say Elegy, one against Elegy and one against Kai. So they will just stream up to you, and they sort of have these little paws, almost pseudopods of wine, and they just fucking hit both of you in the face.
Uh-huh.
Kai.
You said Elegy and Kai. Did you mean Nemea?
Nope. This one
Okay.
is the
Okay,
one.
the first one. Got it.
Elegy, it's gonna be 13. That doesn't hit. Kai, it's gonna
Nope.
be an 8, and that does not hit. The other one is going to simply flow onto Nemea and Aeneas. And your guys are
confront.
now inside of the creature, and you're sort of being battered by it from the inside. Please make strength saving throws.
Love that.
What a dream.
Yeah, that's my favorite thing
Two?
to roll.
I'm gonna
Jesus.
re-roll my. I'm gonna.
Yeah. God, should I?
I'm gonna command Arthur to re-roll. There we go.
Sure.
That's at least respectable.
It's just still gonna be depressing. Yeah.
Oh, poor
It
baby.
improved by 1.
It's because it's really disoriented you with all the wine rushing around you. You don't know up from down.
If they don't make
Here,
Constitution
can't
saving
feel.
throws when they start the turn there.
Perfect. I mean, no one reminded me to show it to stream. That's your one job.
Oh.
Show it to stream.
Thank you. You both fail, and you both take 19 bludgeoning damage.
Love that.
Woohoo!
You're
Oh,
both
Aeneas is down.
grappled. And that's all. Now it's Nemea's turn. You are inside of this creature.
Grappled.
You are. What is suffocating? You are suffocating, which means you can
What
hold your
is
breath.
suffocating?
You can hold your breath at a minimum of 60 seconds. So you can stay inside of this creature for 5 rounds until it starts to become a problem.
Why would you want to hold your breath?
But at the start of your turn, you do take 3 bludgeoning damage.
Great. Okay. Remind me, grappled. Condition ends.
Your speed is 0. You have disadvantage on attack rolls against any creature that's not the wine elemental.
Okay. Disadvantage on any creature except the wine
Correct.
elemental. Okay, got it. Well, I will just take out my new little trident and stab it from the inside.
I am so glad you said that. You reach down to pull out your trident, and it is not there.
I reach down and pat myself down everywhere. What is there?
There is
Nothing.
your bow. You have a sword, don't you?
I have a sword, a spear, a Xiphos, a dagger, a
You
bag
have
of
your
tricks.
bow and your sword. Everything else is missing.
Those kids.
Great, love that for me. I will attack with the sword.
That misses.
I'm gonna.
No advantage from being like in the middle of the creature you're trying to
Of course
hit.
not. I'm gonna
No.
expend another Artha and reroll that.
Okay.
And I'm gonna be like, I feel like I had to like get my grip. You know, elemental was on my hand first, and then I really tighten up, and I just, instead of stabbing, I'm used to stabbing for vitals, and this time I understand just stab to remove volume. You know, so I'm gonna like make a slash to just like cut open an airway for me. So I'll reroll. 21.
21 hits.
Great. And I have Savage Attacker to
Ooh.
reroll damage. So I'll reroll damage, and this hitting will also same amount of damage.
Okay.
This will give me advantage, which cancels the disadvantage. Or
You don't
it'll
have
give me advantage.
disadvantage.
It'll give me
you can also
advantage on
sneak
this guy
attack though,
next
because other people are adjacent to the creature. Some people are even inside of the creature.
14.
14 damage. Okay. Perfect. Is that all?
I currently don't believe I can do anything that is my bonus actions.
Perfect. Sophron.
Okay, well, luckily I'm already raging.
Yeah.
I would like to, I think, take the disengage action,
Okay.
run in between these boys
Yep.
up to Boreas, and
Okay.
with my bonus action,
Ooh.
grapple him. With the
Ooh.
express intent of keeping him from damaging the harp, and growl to him, call them off now, or this ends here.
That's a strength or dex save for the first one. Doesn't matter. He rolled a 2.
Correct. Oh, that boy is grappled.
Okay. Anything else?
That's all I can do.
Kai.
Action, bonus action movement.
This is your dream. You're muted.
Chat.
Oh, no, you're not.
Chat already made my joke. So I'm gonna cast Spiritual Weapon, and it's gonna look like a giant straw. Bonus action. And then I'm gonna whack him with the straw.
Wow. It would have been so much funnier if you were original.
Yeah. Thanks, Gorilla. Okay. Spiritual weapon, and then I still haven't fixed that button, because of course. I don't understand why of all the things that wouldn't be. Where are the dice? Is my window off screen?
You
It
just
is.
simply need to roll a die.
There we go.
Maybe a different die. Try rolling a different die.
I think. Well, that fails. It's a bonus action to cast and hit, right? So I have another action.
Yeah.
I will cast a cheeky little sorceress burst. Oh wait, I'll have disadvantage though, right? Because something's next to me and it's a range spell.
Correct.
I'll try to hit someone. I'll try to hit the elemental that is eating my friends with Daddy's hammer. Critical hit.
Ooh,
Whoa.
nice. Okay, okay.
So that's that 24 magical bludgeoning damage.
Nope. It already doubled it for you. So 12.
I don't like that. All right, that's Kai's turn.
Perfect. Who is next? Elegy, before you go, up from this pond, sort of arising from inside of the pool, is another sort of amorphous creature. This time,
Ooh.
it is a little more fortified, and it streams over to Sophron.
heck?
And it sees you grappling him, and it will. It has a I don't know, maybe like I'm trying to think of a wine adjacent weapon, but I can't think of anything. So it's just to try.
Corkscrew.
Oh, it has a corkscrew, and it hits you with it, or it tries to.
Give you a little stabby.
A little stabby. 16, 8,
That hits.
23.
The 8 misses.
8 misses. Sure
3
thing.
attacks. Woof.
So, first one is 6 damage. Second
Great.
one is going to be 5
What type of
damage.
damage?
This is piercing damage. And you are... Sorry. That's the piercing damage for each of them. The first one also deals 7 poison, and the second one deals 2 poison.
Great. Bookkeeping is done.
Bookkeeping is done. Now it's Elegy's turn.
Okie dokie. I don't know what I want to do. I think I'll disengage.
So many choices.
I'll run around this Myrmidon,
Okay, yeah.
and then I'll punch him.
You'll punch the Myrmidon or Boreas?
The Myrmidon.
Okay.
Where's all my stuff? And I'm gonna spend a focus point to do Flurry of Blows. Ugh, 13 probably doesn't hit.
13 does not hit.
Cool. That's it. Yeah, that's it.
Aeneas, at the start of your turn, you take 7 bludgeoning damage, but it doesn't matter. But you do fail a death save.
Yeah, I think that matters because I failed death save. Yeah, Aeneas is choking on wine. and
He
not
is
in
having
good
a
way.
swell time.
So,
As in, he's starting to swell.
he's turning blue, but
Violet.
it looks like purple. And it's bad all around. So I'll just roll that death saving throw real quick and
Uh-oh.
fail that as well.
Uh-oh.
Ooh.
Okay. Boreas' turn.
Okay, goes.
He is grappled by Sophron. And what did you grab him or did you grab the instrument narratively?
Narratively, I grabbed him.
Okay, perfect. So you just, I guess, he's very small. You like just sort of grab him and you're like holding him up. And he like gets a little bit of a hand free and he plucks a note on the harp. Elegy, Sophron, please make. How far are you, Kai? And Kai, please make wisdom saves. Elegy and Aeneas, you can't hear him because you are inside of water or inside of wine.
Ugh, I'll spend an Artha on that bad boy.
Same.
16.
16 succeeds.
Oh, 8.
Lordy, lordy, lordy.
I'll spend another. Who cares? Gotta do better than this.
I have not told you the results
14.
yet, but I have told you a 16 succeeds.
14.
Golly.
Is that as it stands?
TPK.
That's as it
a 2's
stands.
not any worse than a 9, so yeah.
Perfect. Sophron and not Aeneas. Sophron and Kai are. He plucks one note, and you start to hear a beautiful lullaby that quickly turns into just a lively jig. You two are both charmed and incapacitated as you spend your turn dancing and clapping along to this lively jig, which means you do drop him from his grapple.
What a ridiculous spell.
The wine elemental is going to boop Kai probably twice. 9 and
Miss.
11.
Miss.
Okay.
Holy shit.
That's probably not what it should have done, but that's fine. The other one, it does not regain its whelm. It will just smack. Oh, can it move? That's the question. Sure. It will smack Kai once. No, it'll do it twice. You're right there. No one else is. 12 and a 22.
So the 12 hits. When I'm hit, am I still under the spell?
When you take damage, you are no longer under the spell.
Okay. I think I would like to know how much damage I received from the first hit.
Okay. Are you doing some tomfoolery?
No.
Okay.
I'm taking this fight more seriously now that I see how hard they are.
13 bludgeoning.
Okay. Would you say that's good for them?
And you don't get
Okay.
to know that.
Great. I am good. Kai will still dance, even though he's no longer under the spell.
Okay. Well, it hits you the second time, right? The 22 hits. Okay. Perfect. That's gonna be a 6 bludgeoning.
Perfect.
Okay. Nemea, you are still bubbling away next to
Bubble
the
bubble.
quickly dying body of Aeneas.
So I'm gonna do some triage here. What looks worse, Aeneas or the jelly?
Aeneas is a
Aeneas.
50-50 chance of dying. Actually, he will die
Okay.
at the start of his turn because he will take damage.
Okay, so can I get to him and
You can.
administer a potion on his person?
He can't drink because he's in liquid. You can shove him out of the thing.
Okay. Yeah. I'll try
Um,
doing that.
Okay, that's going to be a athletics check,
Great.
not
I'm gonna
acrobatics.
be like, today's the day of Nemea just shoving people around.
Boot to butt, get out of
Boot
here.
to butt, get out of here. And I feel like he's upside down anyway, so his little tush is right there, and I go roundhouse him out. I'm like, get out of here! Great. I'm gonna reroll that.
Boot the tush.
Boot to tush.
Are you leaving that as is?
I guess I value this man's life. Reroll again. I feel like the first two kicks were like impeded by just the resistance of the jelly,
Yeah.
and now
It's
I
a little
finally
more viscous than you thought. Yeah.
I finally cleared enough of
Maybe
a
it's just-
pathway.
Maybe it's Aeneas's viscous ass. I'm sorry.
And I'm like, "Grr! Out of here!
Don't kick him too hard.
Oh my god.
I'm so sorry.
You actually hurt me and I die.
Are you leaving that as is?
How much time can I spend on
You can
this?
spend as much as you want. You just as much as you have.
I'm gonna expend all my earth saving him.
And he's not even going to be grateful.
No,
Nope.
is he? All right, let's keep going. I better act out my bits
Let's
today.
keep going.
Jesus.
Love you. Great. Can I?
I just blub a little.
Danger question.
Uh-huh.
Can I use a weapon to push him out and stab him in a non-fatal place?
No.
I can't take any damage.
All right, I'll use my last one.
You have heroic inspiration as well. I would use that
I-
first.
I mean, it's gonna make much of a difference.
Better
One.
use Artha.
Oh, is it?
Huh?
Yeah. This heroic inspiration's per long rest. Artha's
Mm-hmm.
per session.
What did it mean?
Come on, you can do it.
You can,
I
do,
can
it.
do it.
You truly
just like-
don't need to get that high. You just are only rolling really low.
I believe you, and Nemea is so upset. First of all, she doesn't have her stuff. Second of all, she's
Rebecca
stuck in a
tricks
jelly,
Odyssey.
and a man is dying.
Uh-huh.
And she just summons the deep rage of somebody whose day has gone to pot.
I'm very prepared for this to be a 6.
It is
Or
not
less.
going to be a 6 because she says, God damn it! Get out!
The
Oh
fourth
my
kick to the butt gets him out. He goes tumbling tush overhead and falls flat out of the thing. And it only took a real lot of resources.
Like,
Okay.
5 Artha.
Okay. Anything else? I dare ask.
I don't know.
I think that was an action.
I think that was just one action, right?
Yeah.
I'll take steady aim. Why not? I'm in one place.
I don't think
You
you're
actually
moving
can't
anytime soon.
move. You're grappled.
Yeah.
Did I have you take damage? I don't even remember. I don't think I did.
No, I don't think you did.
Yeah, at the start of your turn, you take 2 bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
Okay, Sophron. You're having a merry time. You're having a quite queer and joyful merry time.
Yeah.
Gary Merriman.
Yes. I would like to make an asshole rules lawyer check. Has
Uh-huh.
this creature cast Otto's irresistible dance on me?
No. He
Fuck.
has not used a spell. He's used an ability that he has. So, if you were to cut his head off and mount it on the shield, you would be able to do this.
High key, we should do that. Like, fuck this guy at this point.
Would love,
Okay,
to
well, you
mount,
said
would love to mount that head on a shield.
you've said I'm incapacitated.
Correct.
much
So you
mounting
cannot
Take actions
this
or
is,
reactions.
This is the specific text. You, while charmed, you are incapacitated and use all your movement to dance in place.
So I can't take actions, can't take bonus actions, can't move.
Happy
But
Pride.
anything else you can do.
But you are dancing to the beat.
What else can I possibly
I don't
do?
know. I just thought you had something cooking. It sounds like not,
No,
actually.
I'm looking desperately for any way out of this situation.
If
I
you
don't
take
think there's
literally
damage,
any.
if you take damage, it ends early. Otherwise, it lasts a minute.
I think if he takes damage, he also
Great.
goes down.
You have to dance into a rock.
Okay.
I can't move. gotta step
Dancing
on a
so
little Lego piece.
vigorously. Kai is no longer dancing forcefully, but is dancing voluntarily,
Consent.
Okay.
consensually. Yeah.
Yeah. A little like DDR going on, like Kai's like in the zone. And while he's dancing, he's gonna start going faster and faster, like halftime. And his hair is gonna crackle with lightning. And so I'll use one of my little features or whatever it's called, innate sorcery, which is raging for sorcerers, is what I actually think it is. And I, as a bonus action, and then I will cast Shatter with a level 3 spell slot, and then I also will empower it with my sorcerer points. And I believe with a radius of 10 feet, I can get all of them and not my friends.
You'll probably get Nemea.
No, you just moved Nemea up. You dumb
She was
bitch.
she was not actually on the grid, but she is now on the grid.
Perfect. That's clearly gonna hit those 3 guys and not me
Sure.
or my friends.
That's fine, I guess. Simply be okay, yeah. Go for it.
Huh?
But you have to on the first time roll all the correct dice and the right numbers.
Don't fuck this up.
But can I?
You have to apply all the
I
I
rules
love
you just
this. Don't
said.
fuck this up.
So I have the button to upcast it set, but I don't have
Sure.
the button to empower it. So
Okay, I don't know what
please-
that means, so that's fine. You just have to roll the right number of dice and tell me when you're done.
Great.
Con saves from the 3 of them.
Yeah.
I just experienced vibration jello all around me.
The speed of sound is actually faster through liquid, so it gets Nemea even though she's 5 feet outside of range.
You're truly at the club right now. At the club.
All 3 of them fail.
Perfect. So they take each of them 22 damage,
Nice.
and the damage is thunder. And if they are inorganic material, such as stone, crystal, or metal,
They are inorganic, but they are a liquid, which feels outside the spirit of what you're describing.
I
Well,
would
they
say
already
it would
failed.
bust.
Isn't wine
It would
organic?
it would
Yeah,
burst.
I would say
but
no.
Mine is
they're-
organic.
They're water. It is organic. It is organic. But
Alcohol has carbon.
But they also already
But-
failed, so it doesn't matter.
oh, disadvantage. Yeah. Shoot.
Yeah, it's not extra damage.
Okay, fine. All right. Well, Kai will slam Daddy's hammer into the ground and hurt a bunch of winos.
Okay, this one pops.
We did it.
You saved
Surely
the city.
nothing bad. Surely nothing bad will happen.
Nemea is gasping for air as she just did the most exercise with her.
You guys ready for some? You
Aeneas is
guys ready for some?
dribbling.
You guys ready for some
Aeneas is
flip?
face up, drowning in a
choking.
small amount of water in his mouth.
That's in my mouth. Yeah, my open mouth.
Are y'all
The
ready to?
straw comes over to to resuscitate me.
Guys, you have to rally. We're playing Flip Cup after this.
Joey, I don't know what you're talking about. This doesn't make any sense. I'm just gonna talk over you. I don't know what you're saying, but this is just continuing the bit.
I already made my joke. Thank you.
Damn it!
Anything else, Kai? Wait, you still have your straw. You can use your bonus action to, or do you use your bonus action to something else?
Shatter is a spell. If I use my bonus action for my
You're not
spiritual weapon, is that
recasting it.
also a
It's-
spell?
You've already cast it. Now you're just continuing it.
So all those times that I've used, I've like. Okay, cool.
Joey, it's clear you don't know the rules and never have. We've got
This one, though.
All right, now that's the homophobia I'm looking for, Connor. That's the energy I'm looking for.
That's not homophobia. That's rules.
This time, though, was me holding myself back. So
And we do
I for
respect
sure,
you for that.
yeah, I for sure have been casting fucking cantrips
Oh my God.
to use spiritual weapon bonus action this whole
The
time.
first time you cast it, that is correct. On
I
subsequent
understand.
turns. But make sure the things you already just did, like empowered, are not a bonus action.
It's not. I
Okay.
did check before I
Okay,
did
perfect. Then you still have your
that.
straw.
But I did bonus action to get the sorcerer rage. So
Okay.
it is my turn is done.
Perfect. The wine myrmidon is going to
This wine myrmidon.
is going to take his corkscrew and he is going to poke Elegy twice for a 9 and a 10. And those don't hit. And the third one, he will
You better hit. You better hit.
He crit.
If you don't hit, I'm gonna be so mad.
a 21.
Thank you. Yes, it hits.
That is going. Oh shit! Just give me 10 damage.
What, piercing?
Correct.
Great.
How do you stop dancing? I want to know how you come out of it.
I mean, I have to imagine my dancing involves some sort of whirling dervish situation with my my staff of cupidity, right? Like I'm swinging this halberd around as a dancing implement. I'm just going crazy like a goth kid in 2011 at a high school party. Like we're
Love it.
having a great time.
Okay. Elegy.
I am gonna move. This
Uh-huh,
way. Boop,
correct.
Boop, 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 boop.
Okay. It's gonna
beep, beep,
boop you on the way out.
Yeah.
There's like 9 or something like that.
Okay, great. I will give my 1 potion of healing to Aeneas before he dies.
I thought you guys were just gonna let him go.
I did too.
I can save myself. Thanks.
We thought
2d4 plus 4.
You pour it into his mouth and he drowns on it.
2d4 plus 2, I think.
I think it is +2.
7. And then I'm gonna step
better
up
than
to this
0.
ooze and I'm gonna punch it twice.
Yup.
Ugh, horrible.
Both of those miss.
Just awful.
You can't hit them. They can't hit you. All
Can't hit
is
you.
in balance.
All's fair.
All is fair. Okay, Aeneas. Last thing you remember, a barrel broke and then you were swimming, and now you're on the ground. Your butt really hurts, and you're drowning.
Welcome.
All right. Well, wow, I didn't have this turn prepared because I didn't know if I'd make it this far. To be frank. I will Aeneas sort of like rolls over onto his arms, coughs up more wine. Oh, I fucking hate this city. Oh my god. Fuck this place. All right. And then let's see, what will he do? I think he'll just cast a guiding bolt on this fucking stupid ass satyr.
Full violence.
He's gonna be like,
He's been wanting violence this whole time, and now
I
now
don't
he's
want
got
to
an
see your
excuse.
face ever again. Yeah.
17 hits.
Yeah. 16 damage. He's glowing.
16 damage. Okay.
Gosh, I guess I'll also stand up. I have my movement. Move away out of fear and trauma.
Perfect.
And that will be my turn.
Okay. Is he musically inspired this turn? He is not musically inspired this turn. So he will instead take the harp and he will just hit Sophron with it.
Oh, bad move, buddy. Bad move.
A crit, a 20, and a 9.
Okay, well, that's 2 hits.
The crit is going to be 27.
Damage?
Correct.
What type?
You're in
Bludgeoning.
danger, girl.
Excuse?
And then the other hit is 11 bludgeoning.
This is like in a video game when you find a secret area and then the boss is like way too hard for you.
Yeah. We didn't even want to fight.
Additionally, you are charmed by him until the start of his next turn. You're not dancing, you're just charmed.
Okay.
That's fine.
And because you are charmed, he will walk away from you. Okay, Divine Elementals is gonna surge forward onto the two of you. As it does, please make strength saving throws, Kai and Elegy.
This is my best. 14.
Kai?
The strong muscles. That guy's known for.
Such small muscles. You both take 14 bludgeoning damage and are grappled,
Okay.
and
I
you
wanna
are
use
inside of him.
deflect attacks.
Okay.
So I block all of it,
Perfect.
and then I might as well do damage also. Might as well. 8.
Can you put
Bludgeoning
it back onto
damage.
him, or does it have to be just choose a creature? Nice.
Him.
Okay.
Yeah.
8. Nice. Very good. Okay. And that is all from them. So Nemea.
Yeah.
This is your turn.
I took steady aim.
You did.
So I'm going to shoot that boy all the way over here.
Okay. You also have advantage
And-
from guiding
Advantage.
bolts.
Okay. Great. And I will use with advantage. And I'm aiming for his hand that's like holding, because you said he's still holding the harp. So I'm gonna like
Yes.
shoot him to shoot the harp out of his hands.
Okay.
And I'm gonna be like, so you think you can run away? We'll see about that.
19 hits.
All right, I will use sneak.
You can either
Yeah.
have him drop the harp or deal sneak attack damage.
Okay. What about this? What
Both?
about
Not
this?
both.
What about this, sir? I can deal less sneak attack damage and gain a condition if I succeed. So I have cunning strike. So if I subtract one of my die from, can I still gain like the prone if I succeed?
You gain the prone, or he gains the prone?
He will have to do a
inflict it.
dex
Okay.
saving throw to
Yeah.
check if he's prone.
That makes sense, but instead of prone, in this case, you can knock it out of his hand.
Okay,
So just roll normal sneak, and then we'll subtract the last die.
I think I made it already, so we'll see.
Nice. Woo!
Nice.
Nice. And then he makes a dex.
Yeah.
Perfect. That's a fun little thing.
Yeah. I remembered. It's because I made that thing. I made the roll so I could remember it.
A 20.
Yeah, I don't know. What am I comparing
It's
to?
probably
I
not
should-
20.
Are you sure?
I think
have really high
I'm not
dex.
sure, but I would bet a lot of money
All
on
right,
it.
fine. Okay, he succeeds. But he has 20 damage.
Yep. Yes. Okay.
Great. And remind me of everyone's condition at this current point in time.
Unwell.
Oh, great.
I'm fine.
Kai
Elegy
will
is
take
fine.
La-di-da!
Kai will take bludgeoning damage at the start of his turn, and he has 2 health.
Great. So
Make my butt hurt.
She's already used her action, so she can't make your
can't-
butt
I
hurt.
can't make-
That's a
but I
whole
can do-
action.
I have a bonus
Oh.
action. Clever as the gods, so I can deceive somebody on the field for everyone to have advantage. So I will attempt to deceive this wine jelly.
Yep.
And
Okay.
I will
So,
basically
yeah.
I'll make it focus on me. So I'll kind of like move over here and I'll kind of make it focus on me instead of like what's inside of it.
Okay. It fails
And I'll-
its save thing.
Great. So everybody should have advantage on attacks to the wine jelly.
Perfect. Anything else? I believe that
That's it. That's
is all.
all.
Sophron.
I missed the critical. Did he prone or did he not prone?
He did not
He did
prone.
not.
He did not prone.
Okay. He did not prone. He's still harp.
He's still harp. And you are charmed by him, so you cannot target him with damaging abilities or
damaging
magical effects.
abilities. hmm
I feel
That
like
was not damaging.
it feels harmful.
Yeah, I
just
mean,
a hug.
grappling.
He just wants to be close.
I agree with him. I'm trying to figure out
Sophron is just a fan.
just a fan. Figuring out if
You
there's any way I
really
can
liked
get that
the sound his
harp,
harp
but I don't
made
think so.
hitting you on the side of the head.
Which I need to come back to that here for a second. I'm sorry, 27 damage? What is this harp fucking made of? A fucking
It's a
moon?
magical harp made by the
Adamantine.
god of the forge.
Made of the god of depleted uranium weapons.
He also crit you, and he rolled really well on his dice.
Oh my god.
I call bullshit.
It was near max
yeah, me
damage.
I attack the Myrmidon.
Yeah.
I do not have advantage on this. I have advantage against the jelly.
Correct.
I'm gonna go ahead and recklessly attack twice.
Okay.
So that's the first attack. It's a 17 to hit.
Hits.
Second attack is a 27 to hit.
Mm-hmm.
For F. 25 slashing damage.
Anything else?
And with my
I like
bonus
Evil
action,
Logan.
I would like to try and knock it prone where it stands.
Oh. Fails, but it is immune to prone.
No!
Wow, I'm so glad we're great at knocking people prone today.
Hey, I succeeded. It just is immune, you know? Like, that's not on me.
Okay, Kai. At the start of your turn, you take 8 bludgeoning damage and fall unconscious.
Kai has that like in the anime where like spit comes out of his mouth, but it's just wine.
Yep, you take a deep gasp of wine and immediately start drowning. And then at the end of your turn, or I guess secondly at the start of your turn, you can make a dex save, or not a dex save, a death save.
And that's just a d20, right?
Sure.
What do you mean, sure?
That's an affirmative. Nice. Oh, that would have been great, but it wasn't. Well, it was still good, but that wasn't great. Okay. 1 success. The Myrmidon, Sophron, is going to... okay, he does not get that back, but he is going to corkscrew you. We'll do...
So screwed.
twice. 18 and 13. I assume the 18 hits.
Wow, that's only the 18 hits. Yeah, that's surprising.
7 piercing damage. And... it will move there. So if it leaves your reach,
Yeah, I'll go ahead and give it a stab.
then Elegy, it is your turn. Oh, you're
So
inside.
inside.
You take some bludgeoning damage. Okay, tell me that total damage, Connor.
11 damage.
11, and Elegy, you take 4 bludgeoning damage.
Okay. We don't have disadvantage inside, or we do?
You do not.
Okay.
And I gave you.
And then you
advantage
actually
by
have
jumping in.
advantage.
So I'm just gonna attack it.
Yeah.
Here's my action.
Oh, yeah. Those both hit.
These are force damage.
Whoa. Is that... it's 6 and 4?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I will expend a focus point to also do flurry of blows.
The 20...
8.
Yeah, the 8. Okay.
And getting out is an action.
Yes.
Okay, then I'm done.
Aeneas, this Myrmidon is coming for you.
Yeah.
Corkscrew
like that.
in hand.
Jeez. What are we gonna do?
Let me just like come up here.
What?
Just got to hide behind me.
Yeah, I mean, I plan on running away. Jeez. I think that's maybe really, really annoying. Let me see. Oh, no, it's not. Okay. Well, oh no, this is looking at the wrong spell. Oh, perfect. Okay, I want to cast Entangle on the harp. Like,
Please
to
explain.
cover it in vines so that it's now inaccessible to him.
What is the... Does it say target ground?
This is rule of cool, not rule of whatever the spell says.
Yeah, now we're talking.
A level 1 spell doesn't disable
Oh, it's
an
a 20
entire...
foot square. I forgot.
Okay. A
These
square is
plants turn to
2D.
difficult terrain.
Yeah.
Creature in the area has to make a strength saving throw, being restrained. Obviously,
Okay.
a harp can't make a strength saving throw.
Correct. But it's also not a creature.
Yeah, there's the hole in your logic, Sean.
But you can target him?
Okay, well then, I'm not
I mean,
gonna
yeah,
do
I
that.
think you could target him so he can't strum the harp.
No, it's
like-
got a super low ace check. It's like 13, because it's special.
Hmm.
It's probably strength though, right? Or maybe dex.
Yeah, I'm not running that risk.
Alright.
Jeez. Instead, I'll cast a guiding bolt on the still existing ooze.
Mhm.
To get rid of it. To attempt to get rid of it.
Yep.
Where's my guiding bolt? There it is.
You've got advantage.
Oh.
Yeah. And then whoever attacks
Cool.
it again will have triple advantage.
You pop that bad boy.
Radiant damage.
Nice.
And then
Don't
run
like that. Don't like that
away.
one bit.
Why?
Keep going.
And then, as a bonus action, I'll cast Healing Word on Kyriakos.
It'd be funny if you like Elegy.
Okay. That is healing. 7. Now we have the same health.
Okay, Boreas' turn. Is he good at music this turn?
No,
he
he's not.
is good at music this turn.
Dang.
He will take one step forward. And now Kai is in range.
Leave Kai alone.
And he will step forward angrily and he will strum an angry tune on his harp this time. And it's a wisdom save again for Sophron, Elegy, Kai. Oh, nice.
23.
Oh,
Wow, look at us.
That is good. That is
I needed
very
that one.
good.
That is good. Kai, you're back down on the ground.
You all don't take 13 psychic damage and be frightened for 1 minute.
Great.
You instead have nothing happen to you.
Amazing.
Nemea.
Great. I would like to kind of go up
Mhm.
here.
There's a rug on. If you remember.
Absolutely not. You cannot with me in the rug. There are no rugs.
I did describe
There's a
him sitting on a
wine-shaped
rug at the rock.
Did you? Nemea's
Roll the
gonna
tapes.
invest in. She's gonna invest in cleats where she's just like stabbing the floor with her feet. Nemea is gonna look over at Boreas and she's gonna be like, "All right, now you," and she's gonna do the thing where her voice gets low and her hair starts to do the fluff, and she's like, "You're going to drop that harp now." She's gonna make him drop it.
Ooh, okay.
Command.
Wisdom save.
Yep.
Okay. He has advantage. But he did not roll well. That is only a 12.
That's good.
I don't think he's. Crap. How do I tell?
Probably a failure.
I think that's a fail.
Okay. I think so
I don't know
too.
what stat it's based
Yeah,
off of.
that's fine. We'll fact check that later. We'll just keep moving. So, yeah.
Deception. It's deception.
Oh, perfect. So he sees you. He also sees that none of his harp did not just work, and he has a moment of weakness, and it slips out of his fingers.
That's
Tunk,
right.
Tunk, 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 onto the ground.
And I'm going to take my bonus action for Clever of the Gods. And I'm going to hold out my bottle of poison. That's
The
empty.
empty one?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And I'm going to say, "We were just at your home and I gave all of your lovely children wine. Wouldn't it be so unfortunate if they never get the antidote?"
Jesus.
Deception.
Okay, he rolls, would we decide wisdom? That's gonna be an 11.
He fails.
You see tears form in his eyes as he whispers, "I know she would destroy my family. Now she's done
Do
it."
you think he would whisper all the names of his children in this moment because he's worried about each and every one of them individually?
Phil
The
2,
names
Phil
are
3.
Bob,
Phil
Iggy,
Jr..
Tina.
Write this down. Write this down.
Oh, we know Bob, Iggy, and Tina.
Would you believe one of those children has 7 children? Okay. Sophron.
We all now have advantage against him.
Yes, you do.
Okay, I have advantage against this guy. I'm no longer charmed by him. And I am big mad. I would like to do 3 things, and I would like to do them in this order. I would like to charge at him and get into melee. I would like to use my first attack to grapple him. Then I'll use my halberd to whack him with the back end of it, the blunt end.
Uh-huh. He fails. He's
And
grappled.
then so he's grappled. I attack with advantage then, since I'm attacking a grappled creature. $27 hits.
Advantage for me anyway.
Oh, that's true. That's also true. So he takes 17 bludgeoning damage. If I hit him with the back, it's a slashing weapon, but will you let me do that? Non-lethally and whack him over the head. Since I've whacked him over the head, I'm going to use my charm effect on my long staff of cupidity, because this is just about the first humanoid creature we've fought since I got this goddamn thing. I'm going to make him make a wisdom save.
Would you believe he's Fey?
Is he humanoid?
He can't be.
Fey is not a
That
creature.
old person wouldn't have worked.
I'll hand wave it. But he does have advantage because it's a magical effect.
You have advantage too, though.
That's
Well,
fair.
this isn't an attack. It's just a spell that happens to him.
Wisdom?
Mm-hmm.
20.
DC 14. Okay, well, he succeeds that. And in my upset, I will push him to the ground with my bonus action. shove.
He fails.
Okay, so he's grappled, prone, and I'm kneeling on him, and I like kick the harp away from him a little bit.
Okay. Kai, it's your turn.
Connor, you should mute yourself. And my dog is also sneezing. I'm surrounded by sounds. This wine creature, Myrmidon, is still up.
Correct.
Cool. A fun thing about apparently when sorcerers rage is that even when I go down, I still am raging. Apparently, I looked it up. So
Sure.
innate sorcery is still happening.
It's
Kai,
innate.
even when he was knocked out, his hair was like glistening with lightning. So
Sure.
he's gonna spit some wine out on the ground, fucking stand up, and how does this thing look?
It's
Like,
really hard to tell the health of
wine,
an amorphous wine. I mean, it's aged well. It's a good vintage.
Great, that's funny. How about the terroir?
He is a
Okay.
terror.
Yeah. Okay. Kai will use just chromatic orb. Why not?
It's a simple spell.
It is at advantage, so I'll
Okay.
let me roll another attack.
Mm-hmm.
It's +4, 14 to hit.
14 does hit.
Great. He takes 14 damage that he's most likely to be weak to.
And that is...
Lightning.
Okay, you kill him.
Hey!
If you would have said anything
Okay.
else, that's not true.
I feel like it just
Right.
evaporates.
Yeah,
And then
sizzles and becomes a nice mist of wine.
Kai will yell out to the freaking mass murderer over here and just be like, "Give up, you old fuck!"
Elegy.
What a boomer.
I'm gonna dash with my bonus action, and I'm gonna
Yep.
grab wherever that harp is.
Yep. You grab
Is
it?
that an action to pick it up?
No, because he's totally dropped it. And he's also
Okay.
grappled and then prone, and he's not really in
How
a...
far is that? Then I'm just gonna run this way, away from him.
Okay. Aeneas.
Aeneas doesn't think he can non-lethally cast a spell again,
You can't.
especially something like
You
Toll the
cannot.
Dead.
Nope, that's...
Um, so he's not quite willing to risk being a murderer yet.
Nobody's
he was almost
died.
murdered.
Nobody's died. He was just
It was
giving you some
fucking
wine.
close. So I guess he's gonna move forward a little bit, and then what am I gonna do? You know, he's not really worth anything else. I'll save a reaction if Sophron goes down for some reason, I will cast Healing Word. And that will be my prep.
Okay. He is prone, which means... explain, Sophron. Does he have disadvantage on anything?
He has disadvantage on attack rolls.
His only movement is to crawl unless it stands up.
Perfect. He's gonna try and
Well,
shove
his
you.
speed is 0.
He's gonna try and shove you with all 3 of his attacks.
He can make an escape attempt.
He can't shove you.
Shoving will
You can
break a
shove.
grapple.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does.
It does?
It does.
does
You
wow,
have
the
done
real
this to
bullshit.
another enemy.
I don't think I have.
It was the big guy with 6 arms. I don't think you succeeded, but you tried to. Okay. So you roll. This is me flipping the table. You roll strength or dex saves. You
Oh,
see.
I would love to roll 3 athletics strength saving throws
flip
at
the
advantage.
script.
That sounds amazing.
It's yeah. Okay, that succeeds.
Oh, God. Alright, we just need 5 more. Oh, it's a dex save? What the hell is going on? What in tarnation? Alright.
Okay,
Strength save.
that succeeds. One more, please.
Strength save.
Okay, they all succeed.
Strength save.
You are just showing off.
Strength save.
It's no
All
longer
right,
his
all right,
turn.
all right.
Nemea!
I just covered the next round, too.
What?
All right. Nemea will come up here. How rational is he looking?
He doesn't look rational.
I want to just kill a geezer.
Nobody's making you.
You can do a non-lethal attack with a melee
I would
weapon.
like to do a non-lethal attack. Can I do that?
Yeah. It doesn't
With
change
a
anything.
non-lethal sneak attack.
Yeah, nothing changes on your end. It's just the damage won't kill him if you get him to 0.
Okay.
Killing, poisoning Bob, Bobina, and Tina, and all those other kids. Totally fine. Killing this guy though.
Joey,
was
you
not
missed the
for
point. It
real.
was a trick.
You were so good. You tricked Joey.
Yeah,
It
jeez.
was a trick.
Low bar, but you did it.
All right. Well, then I'll sword attack, but I'll be hitting him with the flat of the blade and
Yep.
just kind of like going for the knockout.
Uh-huh.
And maybe like teaching him a little bit of a lesson. You know, he needs to kind of like snap out of it, my guy.
Yeah. You have advantage. He's
And
prone.
I have an advantage. Okay, yeah, and I did the trick too, so we have double.
You guys love doing a bunch of advantage
We
at the
like
same turn.
doubling
all
up.
at once. We're like, this is our time.
Yeah, that
Great.
hits.
Sneak
attack.
Let's go.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. You just he's like wild in the eyes and you just boop him on the side with the blade and it like he just sort of conks and then he is unconscious.
Great.
Kyra, what did you do to this man? My God!
Yeah,
And
Jesus.
as he is unconscious, we will take a break and then we'll be right back.
Okay, Mom.
And that
Thank
part
you.
was said live.
We're live. Okay. This week's loading screen is something new. This is a excerpt from the ravings of the Journal of Chandras. The lady, oh my lady, loathed her role as caretaker of the iron cubes. How she scorned their cruel geometry, cold, rigid, and humming with smug order. She, a brilliant creature of song and shadow, was never meant to tend such boxes of silence, and yet she watches them, she listens. Within those sterile coffins, something pulses, something weeps, and I, yes, I dare to dream it. Perhaps she pities them, the poor prisoners there within. Her pity is not weakness. It is the storm before mercy, the mercy before the scream. One day, perhaps, she will unfasten those hinges. One day, her love will spill forth, and what lies within will be free to dance and burn and remember.
Chandras, not allowed at Pride.
Okay. Perfect. So you all are in this glade still with an unconscious satyr and the harp.
I'm plucking at the harp. I'm like, I haven't played the harp in so long.
It sounds very nice. It's a very good harp.
Didn't even know you played the hop.
I played the harp and the lute and the lyre. Conveniently.
Kai actually does say to Kyra, "What
Kyra's
the?
not here.
I thought she was."
Nope.
She was at the house, you said.
She was at the house.
Just, and where did she
was
go
on
after that?
collateral.
She did not come
That's
with
whatever she
you.
wants. We can question her
Unless
about
we
that
drag
later.
Kyra there, she's not always gonna be there.
Oh my god. Okay,
Um,
let's carry him back to his
Yeah.
poisoned
I was gonna
children.
say I'm tempted to let him, drown in the rain, but I guess we probably shouldn't. It's not really gonna look great when we drag his unconscious body back to his wife. and
It's not
kids.
currently raining where you are, if you remember. It is sunny.
I do remember. I thought
How
was
is
gonna
that?
maybe
Actually,
end
I guess
once he was
now
unconscious.
that you're holding the harp, it does start to drizzle, and then it starts to rain.
Because Aeneas specifically is holding it.
No, Elegy
No,
is
I'm
specifically
not
holding it.
holding
Oh. Interesting.
Are we gonna explain this to her? Or are we just gonna drop him off on the porch and run?
What if we just take him to whatever we're going to do with this weapon, and then once instrument, and then once we're done, we give him it back and we say, "Go home, stupid man."
So we bind him and gag him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great.
Keep him as our prisoner for an indeterminate amount of time, and they won't have any problems at all, or consequences.
I think we should just steal the weapon and not traffic a human or a humanoid. A person.
Yeah, we can drop him off.
Yes.
Okay. So you've bound and gagged him. And
I
you are
just think it's not a good look.
which part?
All of this has been stellar decision making.
I don't think we made any decisions.
Holding someone captive isn't a good look, so we should disappear him
Cool.
so no one sees we have him. I see. No, let's give him to his family. We're gonna have what we need. We came for the harp. What do we think?
We don't have to bind and gag him. We can just, he had a little accident and ran into my sword too many times.
He ran into one of his own wine barrels, started drinking a bit too much, broke the damn things.
Okay.
And
so
he'll be so happy that his family is alive and well. He will appreciate life. It'll be like It's a Wonderful Life, but for Boreas, he'll come to and he'll have his family again.
okay. So one of you puts the small man over your shoulder, and you guys hike out of the vines. You walk, and then you are walking down one of the rows, and it doesn't seem to be leading anywhere. And then you get confused, and you turn around, and you walk the other way, and then you can see the house and the sundial, and you exit, but it doesn't make any sense the way that you got there or the way that you left. When you leave, you see Kyra pacing back and forth nervously. She's like muttering to herself. The door to the house is closed. No one's in it. Kyra's just like out there in the rain, just like muttering to herself. And then she sees you, and she sees you with the harp, and she's like, and then she sees Boreas slung over someone's shoulder, and she's like, "Oh, did you kill him? Please tell me you didn't kill him."
Oh, no, we didn't kill him. He's just knocked out.
Oh,
He
Oh,
He
maybe he
literally
almost
did.
killed us.
His children are fine too.
well, why would you say that?
I just in case anybody asked.
Oh, okay. Well, no one did, but we'll keep that in mind. I thought there was at least a 50-50 chance you guys weren't going to kill him, and I did not like those odds.
He really didn't like you.
We didn't
warned
leave.
us.
We didn't leave on the best of terms, but
He seemed to think you were going to destroy him and his family.
Whatever you did made this man murderous.
yeah, that's my bad.
How bad
Yeah.
was it?
We had a vision, and it didn't really work out, and he put a lot of effort into it. And when the band fell apart, he took that personally.
That's not enough to explain his behavior.
Yeah, I'm now waffling. What was his vision to like end world hunger, and you guys could have done it, and then you just didn't? Like I don't like what.
No, Zephyrius' vision was to end world hunger. Boreas wanted to spread equal opportunity education.
As a band.
Yeah, it was really ambitious. I will remind you, I am the god of music, so like it was within probably our limits, but it turns out not actually, because
So
when
you
you
were-
put people together, sometimes there's conflicts, and sometimes the band breaks apart.
So you were going to teach people literacy through music. You were going to create Sesame Street, and instead, you decided.
Instead, we had to go our separate ways.
Well, I'm gonna be honest right now. I don't fucking care at all. I just want to drop this solid piece of fur off on the porch.
Hey, Sophron
let's
is
take
right
this
there.
up.
No need to use that language with him.
I'm not talking about Sophron.
Oh, okay.
I'm talking about the thing with horns that's over his shoulder. It should be turned into either a rug or a shawl.
No rugs.
And no rugs. As Nemea just said, no rugs, so it's only shawls.
Okay, well,
At
just
the moment-
put him down on the porch, and then we'll like knock on the door, and then
you're
we'll
gonna
run
show
away.
us how to use this harp.
All right,
No,
yeah,
you're
that's a
gonna
good
knock on
plan.
the door. Why? Doesn't matter. He'll be fine. He's safe.
What?
He might get wet.
Maybe, Kyra. Just an idea. You take accountability for the things that you've done in your past.
And we're leaving. Okay, put him down, and we're going. Come on, Kai.
Perfect.
Aeneas, I
You're gonna
like your
teach us-
sense of urgency.
Yeah.
People are wet in Mytros, Kai. Let's go.
Right. Well, the most important part I was gonna say is that you're gonna teach us how to use this damn harp, and then we're gonna get rid of this storm, and it's gonna be easy, and no one's gonna try and kill us again.
And that was the end of your journey.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go. Okay.
As everyone's leaving, Kai will just knock on the door to make sure he gets in, but leave, not wait for someone to.
Yeah, you
come.
ding dong ditch them with the body of their dad.
The kids are all drunk. It's hop on
You can
pop.
obviously see us walking away down the long path to the house.
We're very fast. It's pride.
Perfect. And then you guys make your way back to Mytros, uneventfully, and you will go to the palace, probably.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
They
Sorry.
have good acoustics there.
they do have good
I'm
acoustics
sure.
there. Okay. So you just hole up in the throne room. No one's there at the moment. So you just sort of take it over. And Kaiva's like, okay, let's go. We need someone on harp.
You got it.
Someone on lyre. She points to Nemea. That's a
You
play on
got
words.
it.
That's a play on words.
Liar, yeah.
Somebody on lute.
Just grumpily pull out the loot.
I
And
can
then
imagine the loot is so small compared to your body.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
and what instrument does Kyra have? Does anyone remember? I don't remember.
Oh,
Something.
she had a loot too.
No, they all have something different. She
have a
has a flute.
She has a kithera?
She
Or
has a,
drums?
she has a bittern, which I can never remember is a real instrument or something that Robert Jordan made up in the Wheel of Time.
It's-
I don't think it's a real instrument. I think it's a real bird.
Yeah, it's when two birds love each other very much, they become a bittern.
Okay.
No, there's a bird called a bittern.
Oh, see, I thought it was just called a turn, and it was a bi-turn, but
No.
No, it's Pride
Damn.
Month, so it is a
That's
by
worse.
turn.
well, all turns are by for Pride Month.
Yeah, okay. Anyway, Kyra is like, okay, well, I also can't participate. So someone has to play my flute, and then they have to give it back immediately after.
I don't know how to play any instruments.
You
so this is a
don't
bad
gotta
idea.
know. You just gotta really put your spirit into it.
Just gotta believe.
Well, yes. Aeneas will take the flute.
Perfect. And she's like, okay, now everybody, 1, 2, 3. And she starts conducting. And then we're going to do...
Kai has a tambourine.
Kai, I think you have to do an interpretive dance.
Yeah, with a tambourine.
We will do a group performance check.
I knew this. I knew this was coming.
And we will say...
Wait. Someone give me an instrument.
We will say you need to get... The 5 of you need to get 40 total.
40? Okay. That should be easy.
I say that sounds easy, but I don't know if it actually will be.
We won't know till we find out.
And we'll start with Elegy,
Does
who actually knows how to play the instrument, so you can have advantage.
Yeah, okay, great.
Oof.
Oh,
20.
yeah. Doing
yeah.
good. Halfway there. Okay. And flute. Aeneas. Oh,
Hope and pray.
Good enough.
good enough. Okay. And lyre.
Wow.
Wow. You guys, against all odds, you play...
Kai adds cowbell.
You're playing, you don't really know how to play, but the instruments start to guide you, and it actually does start to sound like music toward the end. It's sort of, you feel it building within you, like it's swelling up. Elegy, this doesn't normally happen when you play music, but it's sort of coming from the instruments, and all 4 of them being played together. You start to notice like sun coming down from the ceiling of this building, and the I don't know, then there's a big gust of wind that sort of like ruffles everything in this room, and it like blows the throne room doors open, and you from where you're playing, a large gust of wind exits the palace, and just goes blowing across the city, and then you hear the pitter-patter of the rain, and the gusts of wind start to lighten, and you guys stop playing, and then sort of over the next 30 or so minutes, it gets to a nice drizzle, and then it slowly starts to fade. And then for the first time in weeks here in Mytros, the clouds start to break, and the sun shines down, ending the hurricane that has been ravaging Mytros. And then Kyra plucks her flute back, and she says, okay, great job. Ooh, didn't know if that would work. You guys really can't play instruments, but ooh. Turns out, one of you can.
Goddess of music would be able to make us better at playing instruments for a little bit, but I guess it doesn't matter.
No, I'm actually contractually obligated to have not participated in that song. I was actually conducting you on a different song. You guys did that on your own.
I like how there's a contract that is apparently binding everyone that we no idea anything about.
Uh-huh.
Alright. Great. Anyways, now
Perfect.
that we're done with this,
The door opens. Valis comes into the throne room, and she says, well, I don't know how you guys have done it, but this plan of my sister's seems to have worked. I assume this was you, all that did this. The storm has stopped.
yeah.
Yep.
We're a band now.
We're a
Lovely.
party and a band.
That's wonderful. I cannot thank you enough for rescuing my city. If there's anything you require of me, I will get a reward for you in time. I honestly was not expecting this to work, so I did not have one prepared for you. But,
The faith is just really appreciated.
if you knew my sister, you would know that that is a valid feeling. Yes, Kai.
Could you get us a new king who actually does a good job?
As much as I would love to get rid of my brute of a husband, I don't think that would be great for the stability of the city.
I just think accidents happen.
goddess of trickery right over here.
Please don't kill my husband.
Hey, sure. We
promises.
we presently do not plan to. So, hey, did you find anything about the? Sorry. Did you find anything about the ledgers that I asked about? Like,
Yes, I did. I looked through them, and I did not see anything amiss. There was no unusual ingredients ordered to the palace. There was nothing going missing from the palace. There was food ordered for the dragons, cow and poultry,
but not like
no, there
not
was
like
not
medicines, potions, ingredients.
No, so whatever he's getting, he's not getting it through mundane means.
Does Acostus have like a loyal, like something to keep things off books? Like, is that how this monarchy works? Like, is it like, or is it like constitutional and like there's like rules and stuff like where they have to like abide by things?
Are you asking if it is a absolute monarchy?
Yeah, do they just get to do what they want? Like, or like, are the city's coffers their coffers, or like, do they have to actually? Okay. Oh. Goddess of wisdom, absolute monarch. Great.
Yeah, she's an enlightened despot.
Sure.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, Philosopher King's the best bet you can have.
All right,
It's a
Aristotle.
classic.
Well, who would accost me? Who would Acostus most trust to gather valuable resources for him? Does he have a man? Does he have like a butler? Does he have like a?
He has the Dragonlords that do all of his bidding and are.
Does she say it in quotations?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're not real dragons. There's something weird about them. We don't really know.
Yeah, she says Dragonlords. And she's like, they do whatever he asks, and I don't have any sway over them, and they follow him blindly. So if there was something nefarious happening, it's probably up to them. But they have been quite quiet when I go to speak with them.
So if Cass was like, get me cocaine, who was going to get it for him?
One of them. They're all the same.
Well, I mean, there's also the possibility somebody's delivering it to him. And he's not actually searching anything out.
Phallus,
Third party we don't know about yet.
Mm-hmm.
how is Tehran?
Ron. Newerdagen?
Mhm.
He's
The one?
He is a man in the city who does horrible things that I have been trying to stop for the last number of years. But he skirts by the law, just barely operating within. Why do you care?
I mean, he's a man who can get things. A lot of things.
Sure. I don't believe he's had any dealings with my husband, but if you think that is... I mean, it would not put it surprise me. Tehran has a way of getting involved in things that are not in the best interest of the city, and if this is the case, I would not be surprised if he has his fingers in it.
Yeah, I'm just trying to find a lead, you know?
I mean, yes.
I mean, of course
invest-
you know because you're the goddess of wisdom and you surely could help us, but
help you do the thing that I've been trying to do. Investigate my husband. I've told you I've been doing that. I don't have a lead for you in that regard. If you think that Tehran is involved, I would encourage you to pursue that lead.
Do you think we could ask to be Dragonlords now, since we did like a huge favor to the city, and obviously Acostus loves us and stuff, and we could get our own dragons?
If you have a dragon to offer, I think the other ones are
I thought
already...
he was just making dragons.
He had a clutch of eggs, apparently, and I mean, none of them have hatched in some time, so there's not endless dragons.
All right.
You could ask. Maybe he'll get rid of one of the other ones.
Yeah. Nice. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, maybe
Nemea's
he'll
just
need to
gonna
do-
be like, I'm gonna walk her. Like she's just gonna investigate the Dragon Lords.
As
Building.
you are turning to leave, the doors to the throne room slam open, and Acastus walks in. He says, "There they are, the heroes. I knew you all could do this. It's an easy task. Hurricane storm. Nothing that you guys can't handle. I am honored to have you in my city. Now we must speak of a reward. I had one prepared. I knew that you would solve this problem." He walks up.
Look at Valis.
She shrugs. He walks up to who is in front.
Aeneas, sure.
Sophron on
Saffron. Perfect. He puts
Unofficial
a
party face.
roll of parchment in your hand and he says, "This is one of my greatest possessions, and I will happily give it to you. As you know, I, Acastus, am descended from one of the great Dragonlords of past times, Esther, one of the great generals."
Yes, really
I
cool
look
twitch.
at
guy.
Nemea.
I visibly twitch.
And through him, I have an attachment to the great ship that he once sailed. And this map will lead you to that. And if you get there and get it, as the last living Arcalander, I will bequeath you this ship. And then he claps Sophron on the shoulder and says, just great work. And then he just walks away and leaves the throne room. Bella's standing there at the door, and then when he gets there, he puts his arm around her, and they both leave, and then the doors close.
I feel like he can't walk unless she's under his arm. That's mentally how I imagine it.
Well, a ship is a hell of a reward, I guess.
We could be
Not
pirates.
just a ship, the Ultros. This
Yeah, that's true. I do.
this
need to
tidies
find
things
that.
up quite nicely.
I was gonna ask him about it. I didn't think he'd give us a deed, basically.
I mean, that seemed too convenient. I would not trust the words of my husband.
I mean, it doesn't really matter because I gotta get that ship either way for this
Well, it is
lady
almost
that I met.
certainly not going to be as straightforward as going and getting the ship. He's been having troubled dreams recently, and he's been ranting about this ship in his sleep. He drew that map in a feverish dream one night, so who knows if it even leads somewhere meaningful.
Sounds like divine inspiration more than anything.
Or mercury poisoning.
Or fucking Lutheria.
Implanted by Lutheria. Yeah, I mean, well, she probably knows where it is, so
I like all of these odds.
probably a nice combination of all of them.
Well, I just ask if you go after it to have some amount of caution. Not that you all can't handle yourself. I mean, you've solved this storm through probably very easy.
Incredibly non-violent
Yeah,
means.
correct.
Guy's wringing out his robes with wine still.
Well, are you planning to be in the city long?
Probably for a couple more days, maybe.
Oh my god, hopefully more than a couple days. I have
No,
7 things I need to do.
Nah, probably not longer than a few days.
Well,
Be quick about it.
as long as you're here, there has been. My hands have been tied with the dragon problem, but there has been a uncomfortable string of disappearances recently. If you find the time, you might be willing to investigate it. It might have some tie to the cult of the snake. I'm not entirely sure, but
Who has
That's
been
a lead.
disappearing?
a number of children.
Ugh.
Curious.
What's the
Nemea's
cult
like,
of the snake?
I thought they were simply a thieves guild, but I've heard rumors that they might have something to do with this.
What does Kai know of the cult of the snake?
Roll a history check.
You know, when intelligence is your dumb stat. 13, not that bad.
13.
Could have been worse.
Yeah. It
I
is
also thought they were a thieves guild.
a thieves guild of some notoriety. They have recently become sort of a big deal and sort of like almost like folk heroes to the people. They are sort of Robin Hood-esque characters. They notably like steal from the wealthy and sometimes murder the wealthy in cold blood and then distribute money around sort of indiscriminately.
So we're on their side.
We're
Except for this disappearing
kids'
children
sides.
part, yeah.
I don't know your feelings towards children. You could still be on their side.
I mean,
No.
And again,
Depends on
Valis says, and they are, I've heard rumors of them being involved. I don't know the exact involvement or what, but it is a lead for you if you wish to investigate this while you're in town.
well, I guess we can try.
Yeah, and it means
Look, I
like,
need
"Oh,
a
we
full
can
day in the
look into it."
bathhouses. At least.
Aeneas checks his non-existent wrist sundial. So get going, because we ain't staying long.
We just got 2 quests.
2 quests, yeah. One of them's to leave, I think. That ship, I don't think it's just down in the docks.
Could be. We should
I'll
try
look
first.
at the map. Does it say go to the docks?
No. It's at a place called the Dead Falls.
Lively.
She says, oh, I almost forgot. We were scheduled to begin the Great Games last week, but the hurricane has disrupted that. So now the games are back on. This is great news. I have to go prepare for that. Again, thank you so much. I always knew that you could do it. I will work on your reward. Trust me.
Yeah.
We trust
Thank
you
you.
as deeply.
Okay, well, I will leave you to that trusting then, and I will see you around. And then she leaves. Kyra says, oh, get a load of that. She doesn't even have a reward ready for us? Oh my God, that's me.
Kyra, you don't have any moral high ground today.
Yeah, you really don't. You had such a bad band breakup that you drove someone into a murderous rage and nearly killed us. So, emotional intelligence does not run in the family.
I'm sorry that boy took it hardly.
I appreciate your apology.
Yeah,
but
what are we
I
gonna do,
actually
blame
don't
women?
accept it. Yeah.
The
Not
others
brag
took it
enough.
just fine. No one else was in a murderous rage.
Well, there was one who's in a depressed stupor, and one who is in a manic cold creep.
And
Oh,
I'm doing just
frenzy.
fine.
Yes, I think that's more and more
I'm not
questionable
sure
by
about
the
that.
day.
You're hanging out
Kyra.
with us for fun.
So remember when we talked about how like you could have saved the world and educated everyone with Sesame Street? What about A for accountability? Can we return to that?
Who's heard of her? Accountability who?
Academy who? Yeah.
Hey, but also the games are a fun time. Kai knows this. We could stick around for
what are
that
the
too.
Games?
The games, the Great Games, are a ceremony that
Kai
is held
explains.
every 10 years. And it
10
is
years.
every 10 years. And it has just anyone can compete. It is supposed to be like independent athletes just sort of competing for the sport of it. But it has sort of devolved into like Aresia versus Mytros. Aresia really like shows up as an organized team, and they tend to stomp all the competition because Mytros does abide by the sort of independent nature of the games. They're dedicated to both the 5 gods and the titans, and anyone can compete in them, even if they live in Mytros or if they're like one of the like Fey races that live out in the wilderness. Anyone is invited, and it happens every 10 years.
What happens if you win?
You get. Oh, Kyria says. Oh, if you win, you get showered in fame. You can make a dedication to somebody, and that's really cool. I mean, maybe your mentor, one of the 5 gods who's inspired you along this way, would really appreciate a shout out here and there. You get some money, but who cares about that? And then you just get the thrill of winning, you know? And you get a stomp on some Arisian feet.
And then Mia's like, that does sound pretty fun. What do you compete in? Anything?
Well, there's wrestling, there's boxing, there's archery, there's racing. I think there might be some javelin throwing. There's a lot, and your talents
discus.
really align with. Well, some of your talents really align with the game.
Yeah, I'll just watch.
I feel like Nemea is like, Sophron, Elegy? Could be kind of fun.
How long do these games take?
Oh,
2 days?
about a week or so.
What week?
It's like a big thing, you know. 10 years, the
Another
people
week
have been.
in this city. I don't want to be here for a week. This place sucks.
We were
I've
in
nearly died twice now. Just from
We were in the
walking into this
sticks.
city.
We were in the sticks for a month.
If
Yeah,
you
and
died
it was
walking
heaven.
into the city, imagine what's gonna happen when you're leaving.
Yeah, I'll leave it all behind.
The storm's cleared up, Aeneas. We can finally
Yeah,
experience
the last person who
Mytros.
tried to kill me somehow made wine sentient and then fucking drowned me in it. So I'm not feeling
Aeneas, I
particularly
feel like
kind.
you didn't. I feel like you didn't feel this way about Astoria. What's so bad about Mytros?
Yeah, Mytros, A, way bigger. B, has tried to kill me twice now. I can't bet
We
it's
kind of
two
almost died in
offenses,
Astoria
actually.
too. They were
Yes,
back
Astoria
Right.
definitely killed you at least twice. Tried to kill you twice. The cursed
Gaius.
necklace
Curse,
Gaius.
necklace.
and
Gaius did not try to kill me.
The
Someone else
basilisks.
picked a fight. The basilisks weren't in the city;
Wow.
they were outside of it. And the amulet was a merchant dice related purposeful accident.
I would like to roll insight, please,
On to Aeneas?
on what Aeneas is doing right now. I would like to understand if he truly dislikes, like, what is the root? Like, is this like a trauma-induced, I don't want to be here? Like, is this like the whole city's a trigger and I want to get out? Or is it like I just dislike cities? You know, like, is it
Meanwhile,
an emotionally based thing or a just like, this is not my preference?
Kai is just trying to convince you to get a mani-pedi and before you pass judgment.
Aeneas doesn't even know what that is.
17. So you can tell her what you think based off of that.
I think you can tell that Aeneas does dislike cities a lot, generally. But there does seem to be something more going on. He is
Okay.
especially fervent about getting out as soon as possible.
Would you say that, like, emotionally, where are you? Are you like fear, or are you like F this? Are you like
seems
resentful?
Probably resentful and nervous
Got it.
and exhausted.
Got it. Okay, great. Nemea will just like sling an arm around him and be like, you know, I know it's not your favorite place, but we're all here together, and you know, we'll make sure you don't actually die.
Yeah, well, I guess.
You have friends now.
No, Aeneas, when
Yeah.
I get overwhelmed with the big city there are a couple places like the botanical gardens to go.
Where's that on the map?
You know, the botanical gardens.
There are gardens of like Valis has a nice like not a botanical like it doesn't have she doesn't study that, but there's like a nice like garden that Valis keeps. There's actual study of plants at the academy or the university.
It's fine if I need to get out. I'll just get out, come back.
Just gets hit by lightning every time he enters the city.
Hey, you can go hang out at the vineyards, apparently.
Turn into a fish and swim away.
One of the doors opens, and somebody comes in, and they say, they look a little confused. They look up at you, and then they look down and say, "Is there a Nemea here?"
I don't know. Is that?
Yes, that's me. Yeah, right here.
Oh, I have a delivery for you.
Okay, yeah. Mm-hmm. Do I need to sign?
No, here, and then they just sort of like dump a bunch, like your sword or all your other weapons that have gone missing. They just are like, and then there's this one, and you really shouldn't leave these around. I mean, it's good that somebody found them. You can't just stash them.
You know, where did they find them?
They were hid, like in the Temple of the Five. You can't just leave weapons in there.
We had a lot going on. I'll do it. Yeah, I won't do it again.
Okay.
And I like put on my sack that's too heavy for like the amount of things that are.
Yeah. There's a small slip of paper, sort of wedged in between, like maybe it's like pierced on the end of one of your trident.
Okay. Doop. I'll read it. What's this?
It says, "The palace gardens, midnight, come alone."
Oh, well, this seems normal. Great.
Did you say that out loud?
No. But I mean, I'm not like averse to anybody asking me about it. I'm just kind of like, don't know. I'm like, this is weird. And I'll be like, where exactly in the Temple of the Five was this?
He's like, they describe it sort of shoved behind one of the altars, like really well hidden. Like somebody just happened to find it, but otherwise it probably was going to stay there for a long time. Like,
whose altar?
Kyra's.
Kyra.
Okay, great.
She's
Love
like,
that.
I had nothing to do with that.
It's okay. It's I have it back now, and everything's there.
Yeah, everything's there.
Okay, great.
Is Kyra the goddess of thieves?
She is the goddess of trickery and music.
Come, and the note is written in. It's not written in like thieves' cant or anything, because I can read that. It's written in normal, common tongue. Okay, great. Oh, it's just somebody wants to meet me. That's all. That's how people. We meet. We take things and then we give them back, and that's how you know they meet up.
People?
Yeah, this is
Well,
very
you didn't
normal.
Teach me that one. It didn't teach me that one.
Great.
Okay. Anything else?
I would, if we have time, I would just kind of like to scout out the Dragonlords. I think they said it was next to the palace, or like get a sense of where it is.
Yeah, it is a stable / barracks, so like a barracks for the human half of the thing, and then a sort of a stable for the dragon half of the thing. And it's like right behind the palace. It's sort of a new building. It looks like it was half of it was commandeered, half of it was built. But yeah, it's like attached to the palace complex. You scout it out. It doesn't look like
Is it guarded?
there are people about. There are like palace. It is part of the palace, so like there are palace guards around. But it's not like they're not like forbidding entry into it. It's just no one's going into it.
Got it. So I don't see our buds who flew us there, like, around.
Not out and about. There's not that many of these people, so you're bound to see them again if you sort of stake it out. But they're not presently out and about.
Okay. Great. That's really all I had planned.
Okay. Anything else? Otherwise, I think we might wind it down. Okay, perfect. Well, we will call it there for the night, as you guys now have the entirety of rain-free Mytros to explore.
You're gonna love it. You're gonna love it, Aeneas. You're gonna love it.
And I hope you join us next week, because we have a super special episode planned, but we will keep that a surprise. But it'll be really fun, I think. So we will see you next week at the same time as at our punctual 7 Central start time. So until then, thanks for watching. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.